We're a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of TBBBAP.
That's TBBBBAP.
I'm Cake Standard.
And I'm Phantom Horn.
This week's episode was Inspiration Manifestation.
What? Oh yeah, it was. Well, I gotta give it some props. I think it did some things good, but overall, I was pretty bored.
Yeah, bored is the operative word for me for this episode.
Oh, good.
I mean, first of all, it was a Spike episode, so just zero expectation.
That didn't bother me. That never bothers me. All right,
Sets a bad precedent.
My first watch through, I got to the end and was like, that sucked. I watched it again and was like,
Yeah, the best moments for me were like when Rarity got excited about stuff and was doing things that she was enjoying, because at least someone was enjoying themselves during this episode.
No, I didn't care about Rarity, because it wasn't really her.
If you didn't like Rarity, who did you like in this episode?
It was...
Don't tell me Spike.
Okay, the thing about Rarity is... I have no idea why she did anything she did.
The spell made her evil, that's why.
Yeah, like, why is she keeping the book a secret? Is it because she's embarrassed that she didn't do it herself? Or is it because, you can make any excuse you want.
Out of self-preservation, the book programs its user to not tell
you can make any
anyone.
excuse you want for what Rarity's doing, because it could just all be the book's magical influence.
Probably is,
so in that sense, Rarity's, not even in this episode at all. It's book magic.
Yeah, that's true.
I liked Fluttershy. She was there for a second, but everything with the birdhouse was
dumb.
No,
dumb.
How the birdhouse changes and she just rolls with it because she doesn't know what else to do. And then when Spike is like, "It's so Rarity,"
that was a funny line. I liked that.
That was my favorite part. All right. So the idea of Rarity getting this spell book that makes her super powerful and kind of evil is almost really cool, and I like a lot actually how. In the end, how all through the episode Spike is saying these things and he's lying, and then in the end he tells the truth and it undoes the spell just like the spell said, and I definitely didn't catch that. So I was like, oh, I get it. So I liked it, but at the same time, the fact that just telling what you actually think about it undoes the whole thing, kind of dismantles the whole, coolness of the spell. Because, you want to think to yourself, oh, wow, this is a cool spell. What if this got into the hands of someone really bad? What if Sombra got this? He'd be unstoppable. But then you realize, no, because all someone has to do is say, hey, stop, I don't like what you're doing, and then it's over. So, actually, this dark magic is pretty lame.
Yeah, it's, that's all there is to say.
Almost
it's
cool,
lame.
but it's actually lame if you think about it. And I'm sad to say that, because I want to like it. I do.
So, I know I wasn't the only one out there who just rolled their eyes so fucking hard when Spike just happened to pull a switch in the castle and discover, what's this? The exact spell I need to drive the plot forward? It's perfect!
Okay. One, it's the Castle of the Two Sisters, which has been well established to be full of traps and secret passageways.
Well, yeah,
Two,
that's fine.
It's not the exact spell he needs, it's the spell that sets up the episode. If he doesn't find that spell, this episode doesn't happen.
Yeah, but, I mean, couldn't that have just been, a spell of fire, a spell of water?
Yes, it could have, and then it would have been a different episode. By saying he shouldn't have found this spell, you're saying this episode shouldn't exist.
The coincidence was too much for me to say.
It's not a coincidence, it's setup.
Suspension of disbelief, dead.
Ugh. One thing I didn't like was Aloysius. He gets a lot of screen time and basically does nothing. He's just kind of there for Spike to soliloquy to, which is another problem that I had. Actually, probably my biggest problem, which is not enough happens, which means that there's a lot of time left over for people to be explaining how they feel and explaining what's happening, which Spike does to Aloysius a lot.
Regarding Aloysius, I thought it was fine. I kind of like seeing him, just to see him because we'd never see him.
I don't mind seeing him. I just wish he had a more relevant role to play.
No, I totally agree. And yeah, there was too much fucking talking, didn't care about anything, wish I was dead.
He distracts Rarity at the end, but Spike could have done that on his own.
You know, another thing that was some bullshit in this episode was Twilight's entire role.
Yes.
Okay, so she appears in the middle of the episode to like half say a sentence that could go somewhere and then immediately leave.
How she stops mid-sentence and leaves before getting to the juicy part. What a bunch of bullshit.
And then at the end, she comes back and is like, oh, that was some cleaning I had to do. Damn you, Spike. And then goes to bed.
Cadence and Luna were here, but... You know, that's not important enough to show you or anything.
Holy shit, wait, were they there?
She says Cadence and Luna had to clean up the fucking magic.
I completely fucking missed that. They don't show that? What the fuck? I want to see that.
God, Twilight, just her whole thing, she shows up these 2 times, and you kind of get the sense that she's like on the case, trailing after Rarity, trying to solve the mystery. But you don't feel it at all.
Hey, you know, speaking
it's so
of which,
fucking phoned in.
Speaking of which, how bullshit was it that no one could find where Rarity was? Because Spike tracked down Rarity with all he knew was that Rarity was doing it.
Yeah, he knew Rarity was doing it.
Yeah, but how would that have helped him track her down? It wouldn't have.
Oh.
Anyone could have followed the trail of devastation and found her.
I see. Because if Spike could track her down...
If fucking Spike can track her down, no one should have a problem.
Definitely Twilight should have been
non-retarded person should have little to no difficulty.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah,
that's...
what a bunch of crap.
Exactly. Oh, and this episode shows us that Rarity's dad is in fact a unicorn too.
Yeah, I liked thinking he was an Earth pony, but, well, that's gone now.
Gone and dead.
So yeah, this episode just didn't have enough going on for me. I did really like how it ties together in the end with the resolution to the spell, but that wasn't enough. The concept of Rarity getting dark magic could have been way cooler than it was, and just the stakes never felt very high, and I was bored. So yeah, I give this episode a Rariot out of Chariot.
You guys already know what I'm gonna say, don't you? This episode was so bad, it's scary!